The sea stretches endlessly before you, its surface deceptively calm. The creak of the ship's mast and the distant cry of a gull are the only sounds that break the silence. But beneath the waves, something stirs, something massive, something ancient. A shadow moves in the deep, and before you can react, the ship is rocked by a monstrous force. Tentacles as thick as trees rise from the water, pulling the vessel into the abyss. This is the Kraken, a creature of legend that has haunted the imaginations of sailors and storytellers for centuries. But what lies behind the myth? Could there be truth to the tales of this monstrous sea beast? Today we're diving deep into the legend of the Kraken. The Kraken's story originates in the cold waters of Scandinavia. First mentioned in Norse sagas, this creature was described as a giant sea monster capable of pulling entire ships under the water. Early accounts likened it to a crab or a whale, but over time the Kraken became known for its enormous tentacles, strong enough to crush even the sturdiest vessels. The word Kraken itself comes from Old Norse, meaning something twisted or unhealthy, fitting for a creature that was seen as a harbinger of doom. To the Norse people, the sea was both a source of life and a realm of unimaginable danger. The Kraken embodied the unpredictability and terror of the ocean, showcasing the raw, untamed force of nature. Sailors who braved the northern seas brought back harrowing tales of encounters with the Kraken. One such story describes a ship sailing near Greenland that was caught in a whirlpool, which the crew believed was created by the Kraken's movements. Others spoke of spotting its massive body rising from the water, mistaking it for an island before realizing their deadly error. Some tales described how the Kraken could create massive waves, or whirlpools, simply by diving beneath the surface, dooming ships from miles away. Even more chilling, sailors claimed that the Kraken lured its prey by releasing clouds of what they called ink, a detail that eerily resembles the defensive behavior of modern-day squids. The Kraken wasn't just a story whispered among sailors. It found its way into scientific writings of the time. In 1752, Bishop Erik Pontoppidan of Bergen, Norway, published a book called The Natural History of Norway. In it, he described the Kraken as a real creature, writing that it was round, flat, and full of arms or branches. Pontoppidan claimed the creature was so massive that, when it surfaced, it could be mistaken for a series of small islands. He also noted that the Kraken had an odd side effect. Its presence supposedly brought enormous schools of fish to the surface, making it both a threat and a blessing for fishermen. This blending of myth and natural observation added a layer of credibility to the Kraken's legend, cementing its place in maritime lore. Today, we know that the oceans are home to creatures as strange and fascinating as any legend. One of the most compelling explanations for the Kraken myth is the giant squid. These creatures, which can grow up to 43 feet in length, have enormous eyes and powerful tentacles lined with sharp suction cups. Giant squids were rarely seen alive until modern times, as they dwell in the deep ocean. But their carcasses occasionally washed ashore, fueling speculation about massive sea monsters. For sailors who spotted their tentacles rising from the water or saw their enormous beaks, it wasn't a stretch to imagine a creature capable of sinking a ship. Another potential source of the Kraken myth is the colossal squid, a relative of the giant squid that's even larger, with specimens estimated to reach lengths of up to 50 feet. These elusive creatures are rarely observed, but they add a fascinating dimension to the science behind the Kraken legend. The Kraken has captured imaginations for centuries, blending fear, fascination, and the mysteries of the ocean into one unforgettable legend. But even with modern science, much of the sea remains unexplored. Could there still be undiscovered giants lurking in the depths? While we may never encounter a Kraken, as the sailors of old described, the questions it raises about what lies beneath the waves remain as alive as ever. What do you think? Was the Kraken just a story, or could something like it still exist in the uncharted waters of our planet? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more incredible tales from the world of folklore and beyond. Until next time, stay curious, And watch your step near the water's edge.